basically, if you are not storing your rice within the hour of you cooking it, storing it in the fridge in a totally sealed container, and then only reheating it once the next day, you can only eat it the next day. Just throw it away. Just throw away your leftover rice, friends. It's really not worth it. Like, be serious here. It's not worth it. No leftover rice in 2024. Be safe.
All right, so let's be serious. Do you need to throw away leftover rice after only one day? Well, not exactly. So let's get into some of the nuances here. So uncooked rice can contain Bacillus cereus spores, or B. cereus for short, and those spores can survive cooking temperatures. If rice is left out at room temperature for too long, this is where the risk of foodborne illness comes in. Those spores can germinate and produce heat-stable toxins. These toxins, if consumed, can cause some unpleasant symptoms such as nausea, cramps, vomiting, and diarrhea. This is why it's so important to follow safe handling practices for not only cooked rice, but just leftover cooked foods in general. B. cereus spores are ubiquitous in the environment and often found in soil. So this can happen with other starchy foods as well, such as things like pasta, potatoes, or really any food that can come in contact with soil. So the key here is really proper cooling and keeping it out of that danger zone, which is between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So after cooking your rice, it either needs to be kept hot above 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or if it's sitting out at room temperature, make sure to refrigerate within 2 hours, or if the temperature is 90 degrees or above, it should be refrigerated within 1 hour. The goal here is to cool it rapidly to below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which should be your refrigerator temperature. Store in shallow containers, and if it's a large amount, you can split it into multiple shallow containers so that it cools more quickly. I also want to highlight here the importance of refrigerator temperature. What you set your fridge temperature to might not be the actual temperature in different parts of the fridge. So that's very important for every part of the fridge to be 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. So unless you're in a high-risk population, as long as you're cooling your rice properly and keeping it refrigerated at proper temperatures, the general leftover safety advice is that it can be kept in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. The Foodkeeper app actually specifies 4 to 6 days for cooked rice in the refrigerator. So if you're confident that you cooled your rice properly and that it's being kept in a refrigerator that is 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below, you can keep your cooked rice in the refrigerator for anywhere from 3 to 6 days. Of course, if you're comfortable with fewer days, that's fine as well. It's really what your comfort level is. But in general, you don't need to be throwing away your leftover rice immediately or even the day after. If you are reheating your cooked rice that has been cooled properly and refrigerated properly, you should be heating it to 165 degrees Fahrenheit throughout. So let's be serious. Do you need to avoid leftover rice? No, the most important things are cooling it properly and keeping it stored at proper temperatures.